Good morning. How's everybody doing? It is Thursday. We are almost towards the end of the week. Thank all of you for stopping by to dine in and rock out with your girl, your diva in knowledge here, Lady Mocha at Cafe de Paris. Want to stop by and do a quick little morning chat with y'all this morning because it has already gone viral. Good morning, T19 one T193U. Y'all know it's still kind of early, so I'm still kind of waking up a little bit. But I want to thank all of you for stopping by to tune in with me this morning. Well, in case you guys don't already know, it has already gone viral. It's been all over the news, and nobody should even be surprised. Nobody should even be rolling over dying about it because we already knew it was an accident waiting to happen, okay? Well, it's been brought to the media's attention that Cavaliers basketball player Tristan Thompson has been caught busted with another females. Well, might as well say a couple of females now. Unfortunately, it couldn't have came out at worse a time. Khloe Kardashian is already 9 months pregnant. So unfortunately, his luck has just couldn't have hit him at a worse a time, okay? So basically it has gone viral that Thomas, make sure I got his name right. Tristan Thompson has been caught making out with another woman, and the New York City, what they call this club, Hooker Lounge. Yeah, he was busted with a chick at the Hooker Lounge or whatever in New York, and to make it so bad, they actually got him on surveillance. Okay, that's the worst thing. When you caught on camera, you can't even deny it. I mean, it's one thing to hear about it. It's one thing. If you get a picture, but when somebody actually got a camera or you making out with another female, I mean, that right there, he can't even get around it. I mean, it's unfortunately, okay? So good morning, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. Now, this is my thing. I really don't care about this Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson situation. I'm not really big on celebrity gossip, but I have preached this to so many women, and we still ain't getting it, ladies. Y'all still are not getting it. Y'all are not understanding. The way that you get them is how you lose them. It's too many women out here playing Russian roulette with their heart and with their feelings. And then when karma comes back to bite them, now they want all this sympathy. They want all this empathy. They want all of this attention. First of all, to give everybody a brief summary on the situation. Tristan Thompson was already somebody else's man way before Khloe Kardashian got pregnant from him, okay? He was basically going with this Instagram model named Jordan Craig, and she had just conceived his child when he started messing around on her with Khloe, okay? He left Miss Jordan, Miss Craig. He left her when she was only a couple of months pregnant with his first son. Okay, so here it is. He's repeating the same behavior with Khloe. So now, coincidentally, it's her turn to endure what the woman before her had to endure. And a lot of women are still not understanding that. The way you get them is how you lose them. Okay? It's 1,000 examples where we see it has never worked. Dealing with somebody else's man, somebody else's husband, somebody else's baby daddy, especially if you know they were in a relationship. Now, it's a different story if they broke up, went their separate ways, was no longer dealing with each other. If you are dealing with a man and you know he was already in a relationship with somebody prior, and you take it upon yourself because you think you got so much power in your vagina that you have the ability to strip a man away from his family or strip a man away from his relationship, and you think it's not going to come back to bite you, you think it's not going to come back to harm you, you are sadly mistaken. We see this happen all the time. It has happened with Britney Spears, Kevin Federline, Jeremy Meeks right now, convict term model did the same thing. It's too many women thinking, they could deal with a man knowing he's in a relationship, knowing he's married, knowing he has a family, and they have no remorse. They have no remorse for the other woman because their thing is, I want this man. I want me a man. I'm going to make sure I get me a man by any means necessary. So even if it means sabotaging another woman's relationship or wrecking another woman's household, it's a lot of women out here who are heartless. It's a lot of women out here who do not care. They do not care what another woman has to go through. Good morning. Thank you for stopping in, Samuel. So again, like I said, it has gone viral that this basketball player, Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian's baby daddy, has been caught making out with another woman. Well, with two women actually in a hooker lounge, and now what's making it so bad, it's a lot of women coming out, and it's so many coming out now. It's even one who's coming out claiming she's pregnant. So basically all of his dirt, everything he has done is all coming full circle now. And men, this is where y'all have to be careful. You have to be careful allowing the head downstairs to make decisions for you for the head upstairs, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, when you get caught with one woman, all of a sudden, here comes 2, 3 other women who you was dealing with. Now they want to come out and say, oh, I was sleeping with him too. I was dealing with him too. This message is really for the ladies because we keep selling ourselves short and we expect to come out on top. When you know somebody is when you meet a man and you know he's in a relationship, I don't care if he tells you, well, me and my old lady, we having problems. We separated right now. We really not getting along right now. We having problems. If he is with that woman, regardless of what he's telling you, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to leave that woman. He's not going to. But what has happened is women have become so desperate. Women have become so eager to get a relationship that they really don't care who they hurt or what they have to take another woman through in order to get that man to be with her. Now, this is the thing a lot of women got to understand. If a lot of women would just put themselves in somebody else's shoes, we wouldn't have so much of the problems we had, okay? The problem is with this world, everybody wants respect, but very rarely we want to give respect. And that is the problem. So my thing is, I sympathize with Khloe, but then again, I can't, because when she was involved with him, he was in a relationship. He just had a child. I know plenty of women who were dealing with guys who said they just had a baby. My thing is, I don't want a man who just had a baby. Because my thing is, if you just had a child and that child is only a couple of months old or whatever the case is, my thing is, you've been sleeping with this woman. So I wouldn't even feel comfortable being with a man that just had a child, or the mother of his child just gave birth to his baby. To me, that's too close for comfort. Ain't like the child 2, 3 years old and been here for a while. Some women have reached a new low that they are willing to be with a man by any means necessary. They don't care if he's married. They don't care if he has a family. They do not care. And this is the problem. As the woman, you are the one who gets left with the short end of the stick. Because at the end of the day, he's not obligated to you. And another thing a lot of women are not realizing is, if you are with a man who who already has a wife, who already has a family, or whatever the case is, and you decide to deal with him anyway, you have already set yourself up for failure. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why you have already set yourself up for failure, because basically you have set the tone for him to disrespect you. Because if you think about it, he's already disrespecting you with the fact he's willing to be with you, knowing he already has a relationship, knowing he already has a family. So my thing is, why you thinking you're winning? Why you thinking you're accomplishing something? Actually, you on the losing end. You actually getting a prize out the Cracker Jack box. Because my thing is, if a man has any respect for you, if he really loves you, or if he's really feeling you, or he wants to be with you, first of all, he's not going to put you in a situation to where you have to deal with another female. Okay? He's not even going to put you in that situation. If anything, he's going to completely end this situation over here before he even attempts to even try to be with you. Or if he has any type of respect, if he got at least a little bit of respect, he's going to make sure that chapter is closed. He's not going to allow you to have to come in on him, knowing he's in a relationship, knowing he's got a wife. He's not going to want you to deal with that burden. If he cares anything about you, or if he has any type of real compassion for you, he's not going to allow you to get caught up in his mess. He's going to clear all of that mess before he even invites you into his life. He's going to go ahead and sign the divorce papers in that relationship. He's going to clear that path before he even brings you in his circle. For him to bring you into his into his life, knowing he's still in a relationship, knowing he still has somebody, that already lets you know you practically already setting the tone to be disrespected. Because if you are willing to be with him knowing he already has somebody, then from that point on, he's going to feel he can do anything he wants to do to you. Because his thing is, well, you knew I had somebody. You knew I was in a relationship. You knew I had a wife. You knew I had a family. So my thing is, if you accepted me knowing I already belong to somebody, then you got to accept whatever other bullshit I give you. So if I'm leaving my wife for you, leaving my family for you, while I'm with you, you've already given me the license to do whatever the hell I want to do to you from here on out. And what blows me is a lot of women put themselves in a situation and then they want to look shocked. They want to be surprised. Khloe Kardashian, she's walking around here devastated. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. How you didn't figure this wasn't going to come back on you? Good morning for everybody who's tuning in with me at Cafe de Paris. I'm talking about the Tristan Thompson basketball player who is the soon-to-be father of Khloe Kardashian's baby. Basically, if y'all didn't hear, it has gone viral. He's been busted. He's been caught in the club making out with some other females. To add insult to injury, now you got all kind of females that are coming out now. I don't understand these high-profile celebrity men. I don't understand them. You should already know, if you are a man in the celebrity world, in a celebrity status, why do men of high caliber think they're invincible from smartphones? Why do they think they're invincible? It's bad enough, even if you're not on a celebrity scale. You can be the average married man, the average man in a relationship. Let me tell you something. These females today are dirty. These side chicks have no filter. Side chicks have ruined the game, okay? Side chicks have broken all the rules, okay? Side chicks will wait until you fall asleep after you busted a few nuts or whatever. Wait till you fall asleep. Take a picture of you, post it on a Instagram account, or they text it to your wife or text it to whoever you're in a relationship with. Back in the day, side chicks used to be very discreet, okay? Back in the 70s, back in the 80s, you could have 2, 3 side chicks living on the same street. Everybody was screwing Mr. Earl. Everybody was screwing Earl, okay? Everybody knew Earl had a wife. Everybody knew Earl was married to Patty Mae, okay? But Betty, Cynthia, and Carol knew not to mess with Patty Mae, okay? Everybody stayed in a lane, even though cheating was still wrong back then. I'm not condoning cheating, but at least there was some rules to this shit. You know what I'm saying? It used to be some rules to being a side chick, but they have messed up all the rules, everybody, thanks to social media, thanks to the cameras and these phones. People, you know, you're getting caught now because these females are playing dirty. They're playing dirty. Like I said, they're taking pictures of you while you knock out sleep in a bed, in a hotel with them. They blackmailing you, especially if you're a man that make money. Especially if you're a married man, because what you men have to realize, all of these women y'all are sleeping with, if you are dealing with somebody casually outside of your marriage, outside of your relationship, realize side chicks know they don't have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose tearing up your household. They have nothing to lose destroying your family, destroying your household, and they damn sure ain't got nothing to lose digging out your pockets. You know what I'm saying? They have no sympathy with digging out your pockets. So you have to be careful when you put yourself in a situation. Oh, hold on. One moment, y'all. I got to take this. Hello? Hey, yeah. I'm going live. You need something right quick? You have because I'm going live. I'll be off in a few though. Okay, well, oh, okay. Well, give me about 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyway, so um, this is my thing. You have to realize that it's a lot of miserable women out there, gentlemen. It's a lot of miserable minded females out there who have nothing to lose destroying your life. Why you thinking it's all about sex? Why you thinking it's all about getting off? Why you thinking it's all about getting you a slice of pie here and there and can still go home and play that role of being a husband and being a father? Why you thinking it's all about you getting what you want? These females, they're not looking at it as just sex anymore. Females are out to destroy whatever foundation you have built because misery likes company. So they have no problem destroying what you got because they don't have anything. You get what I'm saying? Whenever you're picking up a Jezebel, or a tramp, whatever you want to call it, realize 9 times out of 10 she's going to be a woman with some type of misery, because any woman that has any like real self-satisfaction, if she's happy with herself, she's not about to settle for less. She's not about to deal with you. She's not about to try to affiliate with you knowing you belong to somebody. Any woman with real confidence, any woman with real happiness is not about to deal with you knowing you have somebody. So if a woman is willing to deal with you knowing you got a wife, knowing you got a family, knowing you got a relationship, 9 times out of 10, she's miserable. And before it's all over with, trust and believe she's going to find a way to try to destroy your life because she's single. She doesn't have anybody. What makes you think she wants you to have somebody? What makes you think she wants you to be happy? She's going to try to sabotage, destroy whatever it is you have because she doesn't have anything. My comments right quick. Oh, my computer's moving crazy. If I'm not responding to some of y'all, my computer's kind of locked up and going kind of crazy, so it's not letting me go back and read some of the comments y'all done posted. But good morning, D Brother, True Royal Family, Samuel Williams, and everybody who's just tuning in. Thank you for stopping by to tune in. But my thing is this, like I said, this guy done got caught busted, basically because of his celebrity status. And if he was a hoe, he was bound to get caught anyway. If he was that loose, he was bound to get caught anyway. I mean, we don't have our people think that money, they can do whatever they want. Exactly, Samuel Williams. Money got a lot of people screwed up. Money got people thinking they invincible. They can get away and do all kind of stuff, not realizing that money don't protect you from everything. Money don't protect you from getting exposed. Money don't protect you from tainting your reputation. It's a lot of things that money does not protect you from, and that's the thing about it. But people who get money or have money don't think about that. Now, this is the bad part about it. They caught him in a hookah lounge, and basically these two Jezebels, he had his tongue all in their mouth. He was letting them tongue him down. And my thing is like, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? For you to be that open, first of all, he was already in a public place doing that. And then on top of that, you don't even know this broad to have your tongue all in her mouth. You don't know how many penises she sucked. You know what I'm saying? Before, you don't know how many penises she sucked that same night a couple hours ago before she put her tongue all in your mouth. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That he's that open. To me, kissing somebody, that's an intimate act. I just think when it comes to kissing somebody or being intimate with someone, that's something you just don't do with everybody. You don't let everybody put their mouth on you unless you know them, unless you have some type of connection with them. I just think that's kind of sacred, So for him to be that loose allow another woman to stick his tongue in his to stick her tongue in his mouth. I have a problem with that. You don't know her. You don't know if she's a prostitute. You don't know if she back page. You don't know what all she doing with it with her mouth. For you to feel that comfortable and allow her to stick her tongue in your throat. I mean, people don't want to think that far ahead, but you have to be careful being that loose and being that open. But again, to me, it's bigger than the Khloe Kardashian thing. My thing is, the reason I'm reporting this story is because this is what a lot of men and ladies have to understand, okay? As far as for you ladies, if you know somebody's in a relationship with somebody and you take it upon yourself, you're going to be with them anyway because you think you have the power of you have the power of the matrix in your vagina, whatever power you think you got, where you feel like you entitled to somebody else's man. Do not be upset when karma comes back to bite you and the same thing happens to you. I mean, you set yourself up for failure. You set yourself up to be played when you decide to be with somebody that's in a relationship. And same thing with you guys. If you know you're dealing with a woman, she's married, she's in a relationship, but your thing is you feel comfortable dealing with this married woman because you feel like, well, hell, she got a husband. She already got a man paying her bills. She already got a man paying her car note. I ain't got to do all of what the husband doing. All I got to do is break off a piece of my Mr. Good Boy and I'm good. Well, that may be fine and dandy now, but you may come to a point where one day you may want to be in a relationship. You may want to be married. You may want to be somebody's husband. You may get tired of being a player for all your life. You may want somebody to have something serious sit with. It could come back on you when somebody end up messing with your wife. And somebody end up messing with your old lady. I mean, it always comes back. This is the point that I'm trying to prove. It's bigger than Khloe. Because, I mean, we already know when it comes to the Kardashians, they nothing but fame whores anyway. I can care less about them. But my point is, I'm doing this covering this story is to make people realize that you cannot go out there and make decisions and think it's not going to come back to haunt you and think you're not going to have to pay the piper. You can't make a deal with the devil and think you're not going to have to pay up that debt. Whenever you make the deal with the devil, you got to pay that debt back because the devil going to collect his. It's as simple as that. That's one debt that's going to be paid whenever you start dealing with the devil. So basically, for all women out there, you just realize that if you're dealing with somebody, because in your mind, you feel like, well, sooner or later, if I just hang in there, he'll see I'm a good woman. Eventually, he'll leave this family, he'll leave his wife, and he'll be with me, and we'll ride off into the sunset. It never really goes like that. And the sad part is, in so many cases, children end up being conceived in situations like this. Okay, and this is how the children suffer. And this is the reason why we got so many single parent households, because it's a lot of these women who know these men are already in relationships, who know these men are already with somebody, and yet they will take a chance and lay with them unprotected. And I can't blame just the women. You men do it too. If you're going to screw around, if you're going to mess around, even though you're dead ass wrong, least you can do is protect your goddamn self and make sure you don't bring nothing back to your wife, your old lady, or whatever. That's the least you could do. Because if you don't protect yourself, you opening a can of worms. You opening yourself up to dealing with diseases, STDs. Not only that, you missing get a child conceived out the situation. Now there's more income coming out your household because now you got to deal with child support. Not only that, you may end up having to deal with a demon because you got some women out here, they're crazy as hell. They are relentless. They will stop at nothing to get your attention. Some women don't make it easy for you to just pay them a few dollars and they get the hell on. You got some women, they will torture you because they have so much time on their hands, and the majority of them, they already know is no other man that's going to be crazy enough to deal with them. So if you end up as a grown-ass man getting yourself in a situation with women like this, you end up getting involved with women that are demonic, that are bipolar, that are crazy, it's going to be hard to just, be able to maintain when you're dealing with a person in this type of manner. And that's really the whole reason why I'm stressing this situation. It's because it's just too many people out here playing Russian roulette with their bodies. They playing Russian roulette with their feelings. You got people out here that's crazy. You got people out here that got nothing to lose. You got a lot of miserable ass souls walking around here that don't mind wrecking other people's households because they're miserable. So basically, like I said, Mr. Thompson got all of these women coming out in the woodwork. And the thing about it too, ladies, you got to realize when you're dealing with younger men, men that's in under their 30s, the chances of them being faithful, to me, a man is only as faithful as his options. That's my opinion. First of all, this man is very successful. He's a basketball player. He's under 30 years old. The odds of him being with the same woman all the way till he's 50 years old, I seriously doubt it. But the thing about it is, we already know Chloe's not going to go anywhere. Because if she dealt with Lamar Odom through all the drugs, through all the hoeing, she been with Lamar Odom for years. And he did a whole lot, and she stayed with him all the way up until it just got so bad. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I feel like even with all this publicity, she's going to find a way to try to still hang in there for the sake of her baby and all of this and that and everything. And this is another thing. Women, stop thinking that babies are going to change your situation. Babies do not change your situation. Don't forget the thumbs up, y'all. I appreciate it. Don't forget the thumbs up. There's so many women who keep thinking that if they have a child, even though the relationship is messed up, even though the marriage is not running on a good course, they will still take a chance and produce more children. Not understanding that producing children will only complicate the situation. Babies do not change the situation. It does not. There's too many women up here believing that, well, if I have a child or if we have a family, maybe that'll give him an epiphany and make him straighten up and be a real husband. That'll make him be a real man. Babies don't change. That's the only way a man is going to change. He's going to have to want to change for himself. And that's the same thing with the women. Same thing with a woman. Fellas, if you're dealing with a woman that has disrespected you, that has violated you in a relationship, and you think that if you throw her a ring, you hurt and marry her, or you give her a baby, now you're going to get a wife out of her, that's not going to make her settle down. Giving somebody a child and throwing somebody a ring on their finger, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Okay? That's what it boils down to. People don't know your body's your temple. You got to take care of it. Yeah, Samuel. I mean, I can't preach on this well enough. A lot of us don't realize if we cared about our bodies as much as we do our bank accounts, as much as we do our cars, as much as we do our job titles and everything, we wouldn't have half of the problems we have now. The reason why we got so many problems is because people have become so loose with sex. People use sex as a toy, okay? And people not realizing sex is so dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing because sex can put you in a position of where you end up having to be tied and joined to a person for the rest of your life that you never had no intentions on being with. You never really loved. You never really connected with them. Sex has so much power. It's so much power in sex that we don't realize. Whenever you become intimate with somebody, what a lot of people have to realize is you build soul ties. You build soul ties spiritually whenever you're intimate with someone, whenever you have sex with someone. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep it is. It's more than just, y'all meeting at the Motel 6 or whatever. It's so many dynamics to sex that a lot of people are not understanding. You're building a soul tie with this person. Yeah, thank you, JP, for stopping by to holler at me this morning. Yeah, I'm changing the past. Black men are doing away with men for their own way. I mean, bamboozled is just so much. Like I said, the game has changed. Side chicks done messed up the game. Side chicks are not just letting you throw them a few dollars and then they go on about their business. You used to could just give a woman money and make her go away and think you ain't never got to deal with her again. It's not like that. You have so many miserable souls out there. They don't just want your money. They want your soul. You have a lot of what I call spiritual vampires out there that are trying to drain you spiritually of everything. And you have to be very careful when you allow yourself to become prey to these spiritual vampires out here, because it's a lot of them that don't have nothing to lose. So you have to be very careful allowing yourself to be vulnerable and fall victim to them. Yeah, that JP. People don't want to accept it. One night stand or not. Once you have slept with somebody, I don't care if you met her at Popeyes. I don't care if you met him on your job. You have built a soul tie with that person, meaning that person is going to always be spiritually joined to you, whether you want them to be or not. Even if y'all didn't have any children out of it, even if y'all never seen each other again after that one time y'all had that sexual encounter, you have built a soul tie, okay? And what you have to realize is, that's why sometimes the body is confused, because the more people you have slept with, the more people you have built this soul tie with, you have all of these different spirits that you have allowed to invade your spiritual presence. So you find yourself going through all these emotional extremes. With 1 minute you happy, 1 minute you miserable, 1 minute you feeling down, the next minute you feeling like you up. It's because of all these soul ties that you have allowed to invade your body and your spiritual presence based on all of the different people you have been sleeping with. And that's and I know a lot of people don't want to think that deep. Y'all think of sex is just sex. No, it is not. You are building a soul tie with that person. And that's the whole bottom line. It's a bonding hormone. Yeah, that big, wow, bamboozle. You said a mouthful. You creating a bond with that person, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you want to believe it or not. You are already bonding with that person. The moment you lay down with this man or you lay down with this woman, you are building the spiritual soul tie. You are building the spiritual attachment. Let's see. That's why when you come. You know what, JP? That's what I'm saying. See, this thing goes so many dynamics. Have you ever ran into someone, ladies, gentlemen? You ever ran into somebody who you slept with, whether if it was way back in middle school, whether if it was way back in your college days, and just something spiritually you can't even hide it. It's just that feeling that you feel. It's that funny vibe you feel when you run cross paths with somebody who you have slept with, even if it's just one time. It's this certain vibe or this certain type of spiritual, presence you feel. It's not just a spiritual presence. It's because you have built a soul tie. You build soul ties with these people you sleep with. That's why you feel a certain type of way. No matter how much you ignore it, you feel a little vibe when you run into somebody you slept with or run into somebody you've been with, because of that soul tie. You have produced that. You know what I'm saying? So for all of these athletes, these rappers, whether if you're a guy that's a CEO or you a woman that's executive chief of a corporation, whatever your title is, whatever your status is in life, if you put yourself in a position and you allow yourself to be open to all kind of people, you sleep with any and everybody, you have no morals, you have no values, you have no discretion, you don't care who you sleep with, until you deal with that sexual demonic spirit, it's going to continue to keep getting the best of you. The flesh is going to win every time until you spiritually conquer that, until you either you get some psychological help through a therapy, or you start getting more involved with a church or a ministry to where they can purge the spiritually demonic spirit out of your system. It's going to continue to ruin you. It's going to continue to keep destroying you. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to think that deep. You just want to look at it like it's just sex. I got mine, he got his. It's so much more to it than that. Sex is very powerful. Sex is not something you should play with all kind of way. It's not something that you should use as a tool to get what you want. Sex can bring you a whole lot of problems that you're not ready to deal with. You can end up conceiving a child from somebody you really don't love, you really don't care about. You know, you give her so much. What people don't realize with sex is you give a person so much power to your body. Do you not understand that once you lay down with someone, you give that person a lot of power? That person has so much power with your body. When you let somebody enter your body, you basically giving them access to your whole world, really. You know, you're giving them access to your world. You know, once you're exchanging body fluids, it's not just body fluids that's being exchanged. You're exchanging spirits, okay? That you spiritually connect when you sexually connect. So if you're having sex with somebody that's spiritually demonic and they got a lot of demons within them and they have not got those demons casted out, they have not dealt with these spiritual demons, realize that you are leaving your body open to the enemy. Okay, so you find yourself going through all these extremes to where you depressed one minute, then you're happy another minute, and some days you just feeling some type of way and you don't understand, you know, why I'm feeling like this, why I'm in a pissy mood, why I'm mad for no reason. You know, that person done left a demonic spirit in you. That's what's happened. Whether you want to call it out for that, but that's what has happened. That's why you have to be careful. I mean, even the Bible tells you, you know, I know, you know, I'm not trying to make somebody turn religious or make you become a newborn Christian, but even the word tells you when two come together, they connect as a one. You connect with that person. Even if you never see them again in life, even if you never call her back, you never call them back, you have already built a soul tie. Oh, Tony B. Yeah, I could agree with you. And I thank you for even, you know, being man enough to even share that, you know, it's best to stay away from crazy women. And if y'all haven't already seen my videos, I've preached on this. You know, I've told men, and I've told the ladies as well. I told men and women, you have to be very careful sleeping with these people, because the thing about it is, let me tell y'all something. The enemy knows what you like. The devil knows what you like. Okay? The devil knows what you like. He's not going to tempt you with something you don't like. For example, I don't smoke cigarettes. So the devil can't tempt me with no cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes. He can't tempt me with that. He can't tempt me with crack because I don't do crack. The devil is going to only tempt you with what you like. So if you are a man who loves sex and you thrive off of sex, or if you're a woman who's very promiscuous and you love sex, that's the very thing the devil is going to use to get you caught up in his trap. That is exactly what he's going to use. Okay, so if you are a man who love to sleep with women, you love to sleep around, you love to get off, that's your thing, but be very careful, because that's a weakness that you are struggling with. That is the very thing that the enemy is going to use against you. He's going to bring a woman to you that looks pretty. Because let me tell y'all something. A devil don't always have to look like a devil don't always come with a pitchfork and horns now. The devil come in so many different shapes and forms. A devil could be a beautiful woman with a nice body. The devil could be a handsome man, 6'7". It's called what? A wolf in sheep's clothing. I think that's what they call it. So the devil don't always have to look like the devil now. The devil could look very pleasing to the eye. And if you don't have any spiritual discernment, and you're not spiritually inclined, and you're not up on your spiritual game, you will be deceived. You will be sucked in, because, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you have all of these spiritual vampires out here that are trying to suck the life out of you. And if you lack spiritual discernment, you're going to fall into that trap. You can't always go by how somebody looks. That is the problem with a lot of us today. We're too busy looking at how somebody looks, Okay? And say if your thing is all you like is light-skinned women. You don't like dark-skinned women. Or all you like is dark-skinned women. You don't like light-skinned women. Instead of you being so consumed with what a person has to offer to you physically, you better be concerned with what a person has to offer to you spiritually. That's what y'all need to be focusing on. If more people focused on what a person has to offer to them spiritually and less physically, we wouldn't have half the problems we have. We wouldn't have the problems we have. But we allow our eyes to deceive us. And basically, when you entertain the flesh and you let the flesh call all the rules and you're not allowing your spiritual discernment to be the one to guide you, expect to have all kind of problems. Don't forget the thumbs up, everyone. I appreciate that. Thumbs up, everybody. I'm one of them. Yeah, but you know what? A lot of us got soul ties bamboozled. A lot of us have soul ties. But it can be it can be conquered once you have gained that wisdom and spiritual discernment. You can conquer those spiritual soul ties. You can conquer those soul ties. It's never too late to conquer those soul ties. You know, so once you gain wisdom and knowledge, you can always defeat it. The only way you're not going to defeat anything, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to stay dumb, you want to stay blind to the game, then you're never going to defeat it. In and out of jail until you shake up because you say he think about. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how powerful sex is, ladies and gentlemen. Sex is so powerful, it'll make people become attached to you. That person ain't even got to know you. That person don't even have to have a bond with you, a relationship. Sex will make people possessive. Sex has a way of making people obsessive because sex is a powerful thing. That's why really, if people used sex the way God had intended it to be used, we wouldn't have these problems. If people learn to use sex as a husband and a wife, and I know it sounds old-fashioned, and I know a lot of people, a lot of y'all, you know, don't want to believe in God, don't want to believe in the word or whatever the case is, but let me tell you something. The word going to always stand. The world is going to constantly bend the rules, but the word is never going to change. That's why I respect the word, because the word is going to always be solid. I'd rather follow the word than the world, because the world changed too many goddamn rules for me. I really can't too much deal with the world because they making the rules as they go. But one thing about the word is born and the word is solid. You know what I'm saying? So in the word, it states that, you know, intimacy, sex is supposed to be between a husband and wife. You know why that it was designed that way? Because God already knew the problems we were going to deal with. He knew what the problems that was to come if we went outside of that word. And the problem with a lot of us, we want to bend the scripture, okay? We want the scripture to suit our screw-ups. We want the word to suit, you know, our poor choices in life. You know, instead of us obeying the word and following the word, and I'm just not preaching this to y'all, I'm preaching this to myself as well, because this is also something I struggle with. I would be hypocritical to say I don't have these issues, but a lot of us, the reason why we got the problems we have is because we keep doing things outside the will of God. God already knew the problems that was going to come along with us having sex outside our marriages. Why you think we have all these diseases? Why you think we got all these child support? The court systems are overflooded with child support court cases. Why you think we have all of these situations in which, you know, people are killing their husbands, killing their wives, you know, people are killing other people because they don't have sex with this person and they can't accept the fact that this person no longer wants anything to do with them. Now they're feeling rejected. It's so many things that come with the dynamics of having sex. That's why I tell people sex is a powerful thing. Let me tell y'all something. Sex is more powerful than a gun. It's more powerful than a knife. Sex is the most deadliest damn weapon out there that is taking a lot of people out. A lot of people getting taken out all because of sex. People get obsessive. People become compulsive, and they don't want to let go of you because, like I tell all of y'all, we have a lot of spiritual vampires out here. We got a lot of demonic vampires that are trying to suck the spiritual life out of you. And if you lack the spirit of discernment, if you know you are lacking in that area, I advise you, ladies and gentlemen, you better go in your prayer closet and you better find it. You better find it. You better find wisdom. Let me tell y'all something. Wisdom is more important than money in your account. What good is money if you don't have no wisdom on how to spend it, on how to use it? You have to have wisdom. You need to be seeking wisdom more than you're looking for a man, more than you're looking for a woman, more than you're looking for your next dollar. You better seek wisdom because wisdom is what's going to protect you from a lot of problems, okay? Yeah, you know, like I said, I'm not religious. I'm just a spiritual person. You get what I'm saying? You know, or whatever. But yeah, I'm just telling y'all, I'm just telling you what it is. People need to ask for discernment. You need to look for that. You need to ask for spiritual guidance. You know, as long as you have those things in your corner, you will not have half of the problems you have. But you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen? We do what we want to do. Then we want to seek God's guidance. Then we want God to help us. Instead of you praying and asking God for discernment and for wisdom before you get involved with a certain person, before you get involved in a situation, you got to go in your spiritual closet and ask, say, God, is this person for me? Is this man for me? Is this woman for me? God, you know I'm weak, Lord. God, you know I love beautiful women, Lord. God, you know I'm weak for handsome ass men. Lord, you know I have a problem with keeping my penis in my pants. I mean, be real with him. Be real, because God already know you anyway. He already know you. So it's nothing you're going to be telling him that he don't already know. He's just waiting for you to admit it. The thing is, God cannot heal what we don't reveal. And the problem is, we want to sit up here and act like we don't have these issues, and we have these issues. And a lot of the time, that's why I'm starting to notice, that's why God is allowing so many people to get exposed. Because exposure brings change. Once you get exposed and once your problems have been put on the stage, that's the only way you're going to deal with it. If you think about it, most people do not deal with their problems. Most people do not deal with their demons until they get exposed. Most people are not going to deal with their problems. They're not going to try to find a way to fix their problems. They're not going to fix their issues until they get embarrassed, till they get exposed. Because if you can keep hiding your dirt under the rug, you're not going to deal with it. Long as you can keep hiding it, long as you can hide it and sweep it up under the rug, you can keep lying and telling yourself, well, I really don't have this problem. Well, I really don't have this issue. But what happens is sometimes God has to put your problems on blast for the world to see, for you to deal with it. Sometimes people got to be exposed to deal with their demons. It is what it is. So if God has put you in a situation where something you tried to hide done got exposed, it done came to light, that's his way of calling you out on it. Basically, this is his way of telling you, I need you to deal with this problem. I need you to correct this problem. That's what it boils down to. You know what I mean? Because it don't matter how much you sex your problem away, how much you drink your problem away. That problem is going to be there because some problems are so spiritually deep-rooted that there's not enough of Hennessy or back page in the world to deal with some of these problems. Some of these problems we're dealing with has left us such a spiritual void that the only way we're going to be able to deal with these problems is we have to seek his spiritual presence. We got to get down and mean business, okay? We got to mean spiritual business. We got to be real. If you don't be real with anybody, if you decide not to be real with anyone, the least you can be real with is your God. Be real with him. Let him know your issues. Let him know your personal demons. He's the only one that's going to be able to fix it for you. Okay? While a lot of y'all going to these counselors and these psychologists paying all this big time money for therapy and spiritual help, a lot of y'all, all y'all need to do is go in your spiritual closet. Sometimes you got to shut yourself down from the world. You got to cut off social media, turn off the phone, turn off for all this stuff, and just focus on him. Focus on, let him talk to you. Let him speak to you and through you. You know, here you need sometimes just his word. Just getting a word from him. You know, it's all that you need to be able to endure whatever it is you're going through. You know what I'm saying? And y'all have to be careful, y'all, because the enemy is slick. The enemy is giving us all of these devices where we don't have time for God. Okay? Between all these Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of these technology devices. We so occupied with all this technology to where it's straying us more and more and more away from the word. It's straying us away from the word. I hear people, they be more upset about losing their phone than losing their Bible. They'd be upset about losing. Oh my God, I can't find my phone. Where my phone at? My phone. We more consumed with these than we are with the word. This has become more important to us than the word. That is the problem. We have allowed these worldly items and these worldly devices, and if you don't have any spiritual discernment, you know, it don't always take something bad for you to lose God along the way. Even good things can make you lose God. It don't even have to be something bad like you in jail or somebody murdered you, somebody hurt you, something like that. It could take little things that innocent things, you don't even see nothing wrong with it. If you write down when was the last time you read your Bible? When was the last time? And I'm not saying so much go to church, okay? You can have the spirit in you without running you know what I'm saying? The church can be in you without you being in the church. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't always have to be sitting in somebody's congregation for you to have a real connection with the Lord. You can be sitting in your own living room. You can be sitting in your own car. You know, you can go to a park your car, take the 20-30 minutes to read your Bible, even if it's just 3-4 scriptures a day. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, right now, we're in critical times. We're in critical times. People is dying every day. Okay? You don't know when your time gonna be. None of us do. So it's important that you have that bond, that spiritual connection with the Lord. Whether if you attend somebody's church or you don't attend it. Okay? You make sure the word is in you. That's what it boils down to, because the word is the only thing that's going to keep you safe. That you got to stay in your spiritual realm. If you find yourself lately, you keep getting attacked by the enemy, you having all of these problems, people tripping on you, you going through hell on your job, your family acting up, you have too much coming to you all at once, it's because you have stepped out of your spiritual realm. You have made yourself naked to the world. You have to realize your spiritual presence with God, that's your armor. That is what protects you. And so once you step out of God's spiritual presence, you make yourself open to the enemy. Okay, so if you find yourself getting attacked, people coming at you crazy, and you wondering why, oh, what's going on? Why so much stuff going wrong in my life? Why all this chaos? It's because you have stepped out of your spiritual realm, and you need to go back and find it. Go back and find it before it's too late. Send you in the flesh, would you like you want to use smart, but stay focused on the spiritual. You have to have a spiritual connection. It's very imperative that you have a spiritual connection with God. You know, so if you finding your back against the wall, it's because you're doing too much. Let me tell you something. We are in a heavily demonic world. You is not going to be able to fight all of these demons off by yourself. I don't care how much college degrees you got. I don't care how smart you are, how wise you think you are. We in a world that's heavily spirited with so much, demons. You're not going to be able to fight all of these demons off by yourself. You have to find your spiritual presence. And that's why a lot of y'all are weary, and a lot of y'all are physically drained and spiritually drained, is because you're trying to fight this world by yourself. You can't fight this world. You don't have the strength. I don't care how big your muscles are, how big your ego are, how many degrees you have. You cannot conquer this whole world. That's what his word is for. The more we learn to give into God, the more peace we bring upon ourselves. The problem is we have too many people in this world that want to battle with everybody. You're not going to be able to handle this world. We got so many people that have allowed their egos to get the best of them. Well, I'm not going to let this person get over on me. I'm going to stand my ground. You better learn to stand your spiritual ground. That's what you better learn to stand. Learn to stand your spiritual ground. You're not going to be able to conquer all these demons out here. We outnumbered. We are outnumbered with all of these demons out here today. I'm serious. I just yeah, but you know what? And that's true, Samuel. But that's how the enemy works. The enemy gives you so much. That's why you got to be careful. We have to be careful with what we consider is blessed. We use that word a lot. I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. And a lot of the times we think because a person has money, they're blessed. Yeah, you may be blessed. You can be blessed financially and broke spiritually. Okay? Having money does not make you blessed. Having success does not make you blessed. Having a big home, owning 4-5 cars, these things do not have blessed. The world has perceived the word blessed as a person who is materialistically well off, not even understanding. Even back in the biblical days, Moses, Job, all of these biblical characters, they didn't have none of what we had today. They ain't had no iPhone, no YouTube, none of this stuff, and they were still just as blessed. Okay? The problem is, what a lot of people don't understand is being blessed means you have a connection with God. That's what makes you blessed. Okay? It has nothing to do with your college degrees, how much money you have in the account. Because the way the enemy works, the enemy can give you a lot of good things too now to keep you away from God. You know, and a lot of these celebrities, a lot of them are not even understanding. A lot of these celebrities are spiritually blinded for the simple fact that you know, your money is not what's making you blessed. Okay, and a lot of them wonder why, with all the money they have, if you think money is making them blessed, why all these celebrities still having all these divorces in Hollywood? Why are they hanging themselves, killing themselves, taking these drugs to this opium and these damn oxycodone, and all of these pills to try to get peace, to try to get sleep, you know, because money is not the answer. Like they say, money is the root of all evil. And it's not money that makes it evil. It's how people use money is what makes it evil. And people got to realize, in order for you to even enjoy money, first of all, God has to allow you to enjoy it. This is what a lot of people don't understand. The only way you're going to be able to enjoy your blessings, God got to allow it. Don't you know you can sit up here and hit Powerball a day, get 5 million. God got so much power, he can give you a heart attack the same day where you can't even live to enjoy them millions. So whatever you got, it's only through his mercy and grace that you're able to enjoy it. If you getting up every day going to work and you making money, that's not you. Do not give yourself all the credit. Oh, well, I made such and such amount of hours. I made such and such amount of money for overtime. It's because God gave you the strength this morning to even get up and go to that job. Realize half of the stuff you have is because of his mercy and grace. And a lot of us don't even deserve it. A lot of us don't even earn it. We haven't even earned it, including myself. It's just his mercy and his grace is the reason a lot of us have the things that we have. You know, and a lot of times, if anything, like I said, the enemy knows what he's doing. He would give you a lot of good things to make you think that, you know, you're not living outside of God's will. You know, and really, and all it is just another distraction. It's just another distraction. You know, God will give you a lot of money. The enemy will give you a lot of money just so you don't need God, just so you don't have to serve God. But let me tell you something. It'll come a point in life the enemy could put something so heavy on you, something so heavy in your life to where your money don't even matter to you. Let me tell you something. If you laying in the hospital and the doctor tell you, you only got 24 hours to live, we've done all we can do, There's nothing else left for us to do. I guarantee you, you're not thinking about the money that's in your account. You're not thinking about your 2017 you got parked outside in your driveway. You're not thinking about that job that's paying you $25 an hour. When you get in a situation like that, all that matters to you is your soul. That's what you're thinking about at that point in moment. If y'all think money matters and y'all think success matters, God put you in a situation to where you don't have no time left. You ain't thinking about none of that stuff. It don't mean nothing to you. I promise you. I'll never forget when I was in the hospital and I was in a lot of physical pain because I had just miscarried. And when I said that was the worst physical pain my body ever went through in life. I mean, if I felt like somebody literally was ripping a brick out of my vagina. That's how terrible that pain was. And the pain was so agonizing to the point I darn near wanted to I just wanted to just die because I couldn't take the pain. The physical pain was too traumatized that my body never felt that type of pain physically, you know. And and the only thing I kept saying, I said, Lord, God, just please. The first thing we say when we feel like our life is on the line or we really just on the edge of our rope, that's when we know his name. If you think about it, a lot of people want to call on the Lord when they know their life is on the line. When you know you're on the very edge and there's nothing anyone can possibly do to save you, and you know there's nothing nobody can do, that's all you can call on. God is all you can call on. Sometimes things get so bad, he is all you got. It ain't but your husband, it ain't your children, it ain't your wife, it ain't none of that. It can get just that bad where he's all you can look for. It can get just that bad. You know what I mean? To where he's going to make you honor him one way or another. For those of you who don't want to honor him, you want to honor your riches, you want to honor your degrees, you want to honor your success, I guarantee you, God will put you in a situation to drop you to your knees. If it take him to take your child from you, if it take him to strip you of everything that means something. So we have to be careful of what we worship. Don't make anything bigger than God. Whatever you make bigger than God is going to be your downfall. Always put him first and foremost. You make sure if you don't do anything else right, you make sure you make him the first priority in your life. It's just a lot of us are not understanding that, as long as we keep doing things outside of the will of God, you want to entertain your flesh. You want to entertain your earthly desires. You want to entertain all of these demonic forces outside within the world. Expect to have a lot of problems. Expect to go through. Expect to be in spiritual conflict. Because that's exactly what's going to happen, okay? So I know I brought a little church to y'all today. I know I went all the way in or whatever, but hey, when God give me a word, I gotta share it. You know what I'm saying? So, again, we have to be careful with the decisions we make in life. And like I said, I know the story was originally about Chloe and, this Tristan guy. The whole overall moral of the story is when you do things outside of the will of God and you allow your flesh to make all the decisions for you, expect to go through all kind of problems. And it is what it is. Whatever areas you are weak in, you ask God to strengthen you in that area. Whatever areas in your life where you feel like you are failing, you need to ask God to give you spiritual discernment. That is the main thing. While we around here praying for God to give us more money, we around here praying for God to give us a better job, we around here praying for God to give us this and that. The main thing we need to be praying for is spiritual discernment. Because what good will it do to have a good job, okay, to be making a lot of money, to be having all this success, but you have no spiritual discernment. You have no wisdom. What good is all of it? You're going to lose it anyway. if you don't have the wisdom to show you how to keep it, to keep your blessings, that's what you need to be seeking. So, make sure whenever you have the time, thank you, D Boys. I appreciate it so much. That's another thing I know I've been forgetting to thank a lot of you who have been sending me donations, because sometimes I be rambling on and on and on. And I know I've been kind of rude and not thanking y'all, but for all of you who have donated, I don't care what the amount was because it's irrelevant to me. I thank everybody for supporting my channel and just allowing me to just keep spiritually encouraging all of you, because that is just something I feel that if God gives you a gift, that's how we're supposed to use it. But unfortunately, what we're doing is the gifts God has been giving us, we're allowing the enemy, to make us utilize those gifts in the wrong manner. And a lot of us wonder why we're stagnant, why we can't grow and get to the next level. Basically, for the simple fact that we're not allowing us to be used through God, and I believe each and every one of us has a purpose in this life. God put us here for a reason. All of us has an assignment with the Lord, and it's up to you to seek that assignment so he can use you as a vessel, and that's the problem. A lot of us, we get our gifts, we want to keep our gifts to ourselves, or we want to use our gifts within the world, but we don't want to use our gifts for God, and he was the one who gave us those gifts. You know what I'm saying? So it's very imperative, and it don't have to be nothing big. Just praying for somebody. Just encouraging somebody. Just certain things. Blessing other people is how you earn your blessings. The man who waters others waters himself. You know what I mean? But a lot of times we want to take our gifts and hold them and use them for our own advantage. And there's people out there who spiritually really need our guidance. There's people out there who spiritually need to be encouraged. So I advise all of you, if you can, take the time to encourage others, to spiritually be there for others. You know what I mean? So make sure you utilize that. And I promise you, God will definitely reward you for all of what you put into him. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the love, everyone. Like I said, this is something I love doing. I enjoy doing this. I know this is my calling. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I really enjoy it. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't know the difference between you're having a passion. What's your passion and what's your calling? I'm explaining y'all the difference between your passion and a calling. Because a lot of people say, well, I have a passion for this, or I have a calling for this. This is the difference between a passion and a calling. A passion is something that you have the desire to do. A calling is what God has assigned for you to do. You feel me? So keep in mind, there's a difference between having a passion and a calling. And so on that note, be more concerned with your calling than you are your passion. Okay? So on that note, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for rocking out with me, your girl here at Cafe de Paris. I go by the name of Lady Mocha. I am your diva in knowledge. Hell, your spiritual diva in knowledge. At that, and yes, Jackson, gifts need to be shared, not just held on to. Yes, absolutely. Like I said, absolutely. This is something that I know that I've been called to do, and I'm going to utilize it to the best of my ability and everything. So on that note, I thank all of you. I appreciate all y'all so much. My subscribers have increased significantly. Y'all have been sharing, y'all have been subscribing, y'all have been basically thumbing me up and everything. So I really appreciate it. So it lets me know what I'm doing. It is not going in vain, that it is really helping people. It's really encouraging people. And again, don't be afraid to email me sometimes. If you want to email me and just say, hey, Mocha, I'm going through this right now. Can you please pray for me? I don't have a problem doing that. I don't have a problem praying with you and praying for you. I do more than just give y'all gossip or give y'all lectures or lessons, I always do prayer as well. So you're welcome to email me, even if you don't want to go into details about your situation and say, hey, I'm going through this in my marriage. I'm going through this with my daughter. I'm going through this with my husband, my wife. Can you please pray for me? I don't have a problem doing that. Prayer is free, and you ain't got to pay me for prayer. That's something I have no problem with doing again. So for all of y'all who don't know my email, it's cafedayparis79@yahoo.com. Again, thanks, Jay Lamar, for the donation. I appreciate it. I thank all of you who have not been able to donate as well, just for coming in here, just rocking out with me, giving me such positive energy, commenting on my channel. That's what's been keeping me going. When you have so many people that's positive and really appreciate and respect what you do, that's the extra motivation that keeps me going. Oh, absolutely. And you know it. So I'm going to let y'all know now, get ready, because I'm going to be preaching a lot. So if you can't take too much preaching, you might want to go ahead and unsubscribe. Yes. So on that note, I love all of you. Thank you for rocking out with me at Cafe de Paris. It is your girl, Lady Mocha. I'm always going to pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I hope to hear from all of you soon. Bye.